Surprise. Are we live? I think we're live. Hello to the no one watching. Hello. Please leave a like, boys. Oh, Forge Angler. The Fallen Joker. Sorry, Forge Angler. Jesus Christ. Sorry. Hello there, man. I'm here. Please leave a like. Hello there, everybody. So, I'll just go straight into it. So I was planning on having the video. I was planning on having the video out this weekend. And the main reason I haven't, should I look at the camera? Should I look at the camera? Should I make the camera bigger? There we go. Make the camera bigger. There we go. That's as big as it's going to be. So the main reason I haven't got a video out, is this too high? Is the table too high or is my chair too low? It's got a winch. Okay, that's a bit better. That's too low now. I might just have to start standing up. Anyway, hello everybody. Yeah, the main reason the video hasn't been released this week is because I decided to... Yeah, you wanted to binge? I'm sorry, man. If you do want to binge, the stream is up on... is now running live as we speak. The Warhammer rerun stream is up on Twitter, on X, whatever you want to call it. And people don't like that, do they? I don't know what that's all about. If you're going to take umbrage at an oligarch, you got to take umbrage at all of them. You know? Bloody hell. Should I have gone on Instagram? Should I have gone on Facebook? Would that be okay then? Mental. Anyway, it's on there and it's on Rumble. These are the two best platforms, really. I don't like Facebook. I don't like how it works. But anyway, some orky tech. I know it, man. I know it. Why is it saying that the bitrate... I thought I'd change that. The stream seems to be okay, though, so we'll keep running with it. Right. As I've mentioned on the last couple of streams, my neighbour is... And it's completely within their rights. It's fine. It's not me being funny about it. It's just it's been going on for 3 weeks now. It's going on this morning. And I knew it was going to happen this morning because they've got 500 bricks lined up outside their house on pallets. And I'm like, it's going to be another week. You know what I mean? But they've just been having work done on their house for 2 weeks, well 3 weeks now. They've had their entire garden done, and it's great, good for them. They said it cost them £8,000. It's a constant noise. They've got a cement mixer going. They've got 4 lads there. They had diggers in the back. You get me? It's been frustrating, and I only had yesterday to do some recording work. You understand? In the last 2 weeks, the only time I've had any time to do anything is on a Sunday, and I've got other stuff to do. So it's like it's come at the worst possible time for me. Oh yeah, Facebook's horrible, man. But yeah, the purpose of this stream today is just to update you and say that the video is coming. The other reason why there is no video is the fact that I haven't been able to record as much has allowed me to think about things, and I kind of rushed the rewrite I did initially, and I'd almost written the second one fully through. In fact, I kind of probably had, really. So the first video is going to be Fall Acadia, and then we're going to do those 3 books. But I've rewritten them in my own style. I say rewritten them; they've been inspired by this. But you're really going to enjoy it. It's just I was halfway through recording the first one, and I said to myself, "This isn't very good. This is not good. This is not the standard that I want. This is not good." So I scrapped all the initial recording I managed to do over the last 2-3 weeks. I scrapped it all, deleted it, and I've started from scratch with a new script that I've written, which is much more in line with what I want it to be. So, thank you, man. I appreciate that. A storm of wrenches. Thank you, man. Storm of wrenches. You know what storm of wrenches? Yeah, man. Yeah, boy. You get to be a mod, my boy. That's it. I just want sycophants. What's so hard to understand? I just want sycophants. Just agree with me. can only like once. Yeah, I appreciate it. And if you are watching and you do like the stream, please do watch. But today is going to be, they're outside now, but they're not in the back garden. They're on the front. So they're just at the ground pound, 8 o'clock in the morning. For 3 weeks, this has been going on, you know what I mean? And now my other neighbour looks like they're getting two or three houses down, getting their roof done, which it should be okay, but like still, you get me? It's come at the worst possible time. But it's fine. We'll be fine. Like I say, I've got the first script written. I've started recording. Do you want a preview? It's much better. You know, you can have a preview of the very start, and you can let me know what you think. Oh no, I've got to shut the game down. Hang on. I'm going to play some Space Marine 2 as well, just to get myself into the flow of things. Hang on, let me exit this. Let me exit this. Let me exit this. Don't take forever to load, please, for the love of God. It better load up again after this as well, because I sometimes have this trouble. Why is it not loading? Quit. Okay. Here's the first like minute or so.
The fall of Cadia.
Don't worry about all the little clicks and things.
For 10,000 years, the Cadia.
Don't worry about all the little clicks and things and any of the background noise you can hear. This will all be wiped out once I edit it afterwards. You have to get it all done first, and then you go through and edit the audio track afterwards. That's how I do it anyway. Some people do it bit by bit, but that's too much for me. I'd lose track.
The fall of Cadia. For 10,000 years, the Cadian Gate has stood. For 10,000 years, it has been the shield of mankind. For 10,000 years, its people have fought and bled and died. For 10,000 years, they have stood against the tides of heretics, traitors, and demons. For 10,000 years, Cadia has stood. Until now. Chapter 1. The 13th Black Crusade.
So there you go. And I think that's much better than, trust me, compared to what I was going to do before, that's way better. And obviously it'll have some kind of backing music on it, and there'll be some visuals and so on. And like I say, I've generated a lot of like generic science fiction type artworks and so on to fit in. So yeah, a storm of wrenches. I'm glad, man. Came for the Blackstone raid. Well, that's a long way off. We've got a lot of stuff to do first. But it's coming. I've just got to... Well, what I'm going to do today is I'm basically going to stream for a fair few hours now, because I've got to force myself to do stuff today, because it's sweltering hot. There's guys working out the front, but they're like... They're mostly laying bricks. They seem to have done, I think, to be fair to them, I feel like they've done most of their prep work on the base to do this drive. So I think they're gonna just be laying the bricks now, I'm hoping. They had everything running. They had the cement mixer running this morning. They had everything, you know what I mean? It's been a long morning. I got up at 7. This is the first quiet time. It makes it sound like it's quiet all the time here. It isn't. This is like a weird... I should be recording now. But I wanted to live stream. It'll force me to do a bit of recording today, in the day, so I can knock some of it out, and you can join me for that. Although you'll just be watching my chair, and I'll be in the corner here recording, because I can't be bothered to move the camera. And I'm going to play some Space Marine. But I'm happy as well to chat to you guys, and yeah. Any kind of questions you'd like to ask or anything, I mean... Yeah, whatever. I'm just going to chill together today. That's it, basically. I'm forcing myself to do some work. I am still smoking, unfortunately, so I am going to have a cigarette. But even though chain smoking, man, I've got that much stuff going on, because it's not just like I've got a life as well. You get me? It's not just this. It's not just this. This is for fun, and yeah. It's way too hot, man, dude. It's only to stop you being jealous of my athletic physique that I'm wearing this shirt, but I'm sweating like a pig. You know? I've had a shower this morning, so that's the reason why my hair is quite wet still. But in a couple of hours, if I shut the door in this and shut the windows, which I'm going to have to record to knock out the sound of road traffic in the distance, because that comes through on the mic as well. I've lowered my... Right, so I've been watching all these YouTube editing videos on how to improve your audio quality and stuff, and basically what a lot of people are saying, just record it all, because you can remove it all in post, and you can, and you never used to be able to. Like, I use Audacity, even though I pay for Premiere Pro, whatever it is. I pay for all these apps. I only use the video editing software in Photoshop. I don't know how to use their audio editing software. I still use Audacity. But I didn't know, about like 2 or 3 years ago, Audacity had a big update, and there's all kinds of additional little, you know, noise gate things and stuff like this on there, and I didn't know that. I've been using the old system of going through individually and which you sometimes still have to do, obviously. But yeah. Mr. Baldermore, yeah, Mr. Baldermore's a good guy, man. Mr. Baldermore's a good guy. Yeah. But yeah, I appreciate it. But like I say, all the videos are coming up. The live stream is still running now on Rumble and on Twitter, because they're the best for it, really. So if you want to follow me, go on there. Aborder Prince on the Twitters. I am on there. I've got an old screenshot. You can see the name then. Did I? Well, it's just Aborder Prince. It's me. I've got the blue check mark and everything. But yeah, it's on there now. So yeah, if you want to watch that, go ahead and watch that there. I listened to your Gathering Storm series when I drove across the country. Very easy to listen to. Yeah. Well, obviously, I put out a vote not too long ago saying, what voice would you prefer? Would you prefer this voice? Which I am going to continue to use in different videos. But people said they preferred my actual speaking voice. You know, the one I use in like story time and so on. So I'm happy to just go through this in that voice for now. And then maybe the next one I'll do, then I'll pull out El Reliable, you know? Because I really enjoy that. My Simon, I can't even make a short properly. It took me... Oh, it's easy, man. What do you mean? What would even... Your hot is laughable. And you see, you Americans, you don't understand. You don't understand. For one, just on a practical level, our houses and our clothing and so on are not built for this kind of weather. We get this about 2 months of the year. The rest of the time, it's quite cool, wet. So everywhere's built for like keeping moisture out and so on. But in the heat like this, there is no moisture in the air. You get me? It's just a straight blast of heat. So you can ask anyone. I know people who've come from Australia, particularly. They're like, they have the same idea that it's not that hot, and then they come here and they're like, Jesus, this is ridiculous, because it is just being like blasted with a heat ray. It's insane, and the air is like that, and there's no wind at the moment either, so there's just nothing. It's a sauna, right? And then I'm in this little house, this little building I've got at the back, this little office unit at the back of my house, which has got no ventilation because I'm an idiot, and I didn't want to pay the extra like 600 quid to have that installed, which I wish I had now, and I'm probably going to have to do that. I didn't realise the summers would be this bad in here. Oh God, I haven't got a katana, because I'm not a katana guy. I'm not a katana guy, well hung and dung. I'm not that kind of a guy. Although I do own a sword and several other items. But yeah, I'm not a katana guy. I did have a katana when I was younger. My mum bought it me. But I'm not really a katana guy, you know. I'm more of a broadsword kind of guy. More of a saber kind of guy, to be honest. Brick buildings are ovens. Yeah, I know they are. Particularly my house. It's very much shaped like that to keep the heat in. Buy a fan. I've got a fan. It's here. I'm gonna have to buy a proper... Well, I saw one for like 300 quid on Amazon, so I'm probably gonna pick that up. And it's a proper air conditioning unit, but it's 300 quid. And I don't know if you can tell, but my spending money level is quite reduced this month now because of all this. You understand? I'm skint. At least for like buying a 300 quid thing when I can kind of survive for a few weeks. You know, next year I'll probably end up having to get that ready for it. But yeah, you are a fan. I am a fan. The heat is relentless today. Yeah, man. I've got no shade on this either, so it's just like as soon as the sun comes up, it's just 360 blazing. You know what I mean? It's just blazing. 360, man. But what I was going to do is chat with you guys. I'm going to force myself to do some recording. I'm going to do some recording in a bit. We're going to do the Trezan section and move on from there and see how much more I can get done. So you can enjoy the recording process with me, right? Me messing up continuously and having to delete stuff. But we're also going to play some Space Marine and just chill out all day. My missus has taken my kids swimming, and then she's got to take him somewhere else to some play date thing, I think. So I basically got the day. This is the first day I've got, basically. And this is the first day. I mean, as you can hear, it doesn't look like they're doing much like heavy manual labour stuff at the minute on the front. I think they're just laying bricks. You know what I mean? They've been working hard, to be fair. Like, I mean, you know, like 20-year-old lads are like, you know what I mean, grafting. Fair play to them, but it's just like the noise has been ridiculous. Like they've literally, it was a flat garden, you know, just like a flat garden, nothing there. And now it's got like 3 levels. It's bricked in 3 levels. You know what I mean? It's got a platform on it and stuff. Like it, I know why it's taken this long. It's just it's taken this long. It's frustrating. You can't be asked going to the shop. I went to the shop before they started because I knew it'd happen. I had like 2 left, and I was like, you know what? I gotta go to the shop now. I need to quit though. This is the thing. As soon as I get this first one recorded, I'll have some time to quit smoking again. But but for real this time. Love those basket hilts. You know one of the best swords I've ever seen. I went to the armories, the Knights of Malta armories, and they've got a sword gun in there. And it's just, I'd never seen that. I didn't know that was a thing at the time. And I was like amazed. I looked it all up and everything. It's like a thing that was around. And there was probably so many examples of it. People just like slapping on a little mini musket onto their halberds and stuff like this. They were like custodians, yeah. But there's a sword, you know, which makes sense because the Knights of Malta were they were knocking about. They were basically pirates, essentially. They were basically pirates fighting the Barbary pirates and you know the Ottomans and stuff like this, the pirate fleets. But they were a pirate fleet themselves. So you got these knights going around in these triremes, with like just the same like, you know, indentured slave dudes on the rowers. And then there's just these heavily armoured knights just like stood on these ships like pirates with things like sword guns. So it's like a sword, and then along the hilt, it's got like a mini musket. So like they go onto a ship, and they're just like pop, and then they go in. Good stuff, man. They're cooking him alive. Yeah, that's maybe what it is. They're putting out. They're attaching mirror. They're attaching. I don't even know. Yeah, they're doing something. Yeah, you got to quit, man. Never smoke. Never smoke. If you've never smoked, don't smoke. It's fucking terrible. It's the worst. It's my only bad habit, and it's probably the worst habit you could have, aside from like, you know, heroin. You know what I mean? What do you do for work? I'd rather not go into it. Yeah, exactly. You might as well have the flintlocks mounted on the swords. I think it's a genius idea. Okay. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, boys. I'm going to go and get a coffee, and then I'm going to decide what we're going to do, whether we do some recording or whether I play some game, because they've got this siege mode thing on Space Marine. And I can't remember how to play Space Marine, because when you do the siege mode, it's like the campaign, isn't it, with the little blue rings. I can't remember if you have to block people. I can't remember. But we'll figure it out. Yeah, yeah. It's just, it's nothing to do with this. It's nothing to do with this. Hemelicht. Well, you see, I stopped drinking when I was about like 22. So like, I didn't not stop drinking completely, but like boozing on a regular basis. I mean, that petered out for me when I was about like mid-20s. Just lost interest in it. But I know people who still have, and like some of them are looking rough now because it pickles you. It pickles you. You just. I mean, I think a bit of alcohol is good, and I love a drink. I love getting drunk. I love having fun getting drunk. I'm a fun drunk, and a violent drunk. It doesn't mean I'm not violent, but I am. I am a fun drunk. I enjoy it a lot. But it's. Some people just like carried on with the drinking and other stuff, and it just pickles them. You can see like they're just pickled. I'm looking pretty decent for my age. I'm feeling pretty vital still. I'm getting on, but some people are just like, yeah, just pickled. It's crazy. Looks crazy fun. Well, I mean, I had a pop on it the other day once they installed it, but I'm not very good. So yeah, I'm sure that'll be pleasurable for you as well to watch someone play the game badly. Before all this happened. It was a couple of weeks ago. I was streaming Star Wars Battlefront because I got caught up in the hype. So I started playing that again, and I haven't played that since it first came out, which is like 10 years ago. And I mean, it's still a high quality game. To be fair, it's probably the best Battlefront, at least the Star Wars one. I look good for a 70-year-old. Yeah, I am a 70-year-old. You get stuck in the. Oh, okay. Well, we'll see if that happens, man. We'll see if there's any bugs. There probably is. But I was playing Star Wars Battlefront, and my mate was telling me he just started watching it with his kid. They were watching a football game, and it finished, and they saw me was live, so they put it on the TV, and his kid was watching me. And his kid said, "Dad, he's just thrown a grenade, and it bounced off the wall and blew him up." And I'm like, I can't remember that, but it's probably true. Yeah. It's probably true. Yeah, I'm going to go and get a coffee. I'll be back momentarily. Yeah, I'll be back momentarily, and we'll decide what we're doing for the rest, for the next hour or so. I'll see how long I stream. I get tired after like an hour of streaming. I'm done. I'm not one of these. I can't do the all day streaming or long streams, but I've got things to do that I've got to do anyway, so you may as well stick with me and hopefully you get something out of that. It's a sweaty day, and I think it's a slow news day. I don't think there's much happening in the world, so you may as well stay here. Leave a like. I'll be back in a minute. Oh! The chair is a high quality chair. The chair is a high quality chair. Where were we? Jesus Christ, look how sweaty I am. That is sweat now. That is sweat now. Jesus. Yeah, what's this? There we go, get rid of that. Where was I? Video capture device, game capture device. What's that? Everything else is gone. I haven't used this for ages. I don't like this version. If you ever get into streaming and stuff, just go with the... Don't get Streamlabs. I don't like Streamlabs. It's too complicated unnecessarily, so... Just go with the original... The original OBS, the core OBS. The only reason I'm using this is because I've got... I can't be bothered to open another instance. So, I'm just using this other version I've got installed. Yeah, there we go. Can we put this there? What should we do? I'm going to do some gaming. I want to do some gaming. I'm going to kill some people. Some aliens. I'm going to kill some aliens. Oh. There we go. Can't have you looking at my dirty desk. Can't have her looking at my dirty desk. Yeah, just normal OBS. Every time, just normal OBS. Yeah, let's see if I can start this bloody game up then. See if it actually works. Dun 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 dun. All right. Yeah. Crazy, man. Crazy, man. It's all crazy, man. James Marsland, if you're watching now, thank you for following on the Twitters. Matthew Maurice as well, hello. And there he is. Oof, so loud. So loud. Yeah, I'm going to have to turn my phone on. Because I still haven't got myself a second monitor set up. I used to have a second monitor, but then I bought this new monitor, which is much nicer. And then I forgot to buy a second one. And also, I don't know whether it's actually got the second HDMI port set up. I don't know. Come on. Now, my charger cable's running out and only works if you put it down in a certain way. Because it's a cheap thing I bought off Amazon. Is that working now? Yeah, let's have a look. Let's go to my channel. Let's pull up the stream. There we go. Okay. The pauses say a lot. Yeah. Well, it's a way of reading, isn't it? You know, I mean, people say... I listen to a lot of audiobooks and I get frustrated with the quality of some of them. I'm not saying like I'm amazing, but I think I am better than most people. You know, a lot of people who are like properly trained and so on. But, you know, I've always enjoyed doing voices and stuff since I was a kid. Do I stream to Twitter? I'm streaming to Twitter at the same time, yeah. That's the Warhammer live stream. The rerun live stream. So all the videos that you're missing now are all on there now. Like I used to stream on here. But we'll start that again soon. I've just got to get a nice catalogue of cool videos on this channel, which won't take that long. I'm thinking probably about September. So we'll see. What GPU you got? I haven't got a clue, man. I can't even remember. I paid like about... This computer was about... It was built by a computer shop, but they didn't diddle me over for the price of things, but they built it for me because I'm lazy. And so what do I do? We'll go normal. See, I'm more of a fan of just like team deathmatch. I'm not big on these. You know, Helldivers like knocked all that out of me. I enjoyed Helldivers, but I'm kind of done with this kind of style of gaming. Can you hear? Let me know in the chat. Can you hear the game? I presume you can. Or do I need to boost the sound a little bit? Negative. Should be coming for an hour, no? Yeah, all the... Well, more than that, I'm future-proofing the channel going forward. So, everything, all the... At the second, I've got no plans to bring in all the audio stories and stuff again. Because you don't know what's going to happen in the future. They all still exist on different platforms at the minute. Basically every platform you can imagine, just go and check out, you'll find it. But oh, am I supposed to Oh, that's not good. Oh, no. Okay, I can't remember how to play this game at all. Oh, okay. Am I supposed to block? Is that what it is? Is that what you press block, or do you press something else for the blue thing? The next lore video is, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, this weekend. We're going to do some recording on it now, in a bit, once I've played this a bit. That's cool, boys. I'm glad you can hear it. Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, no. Okay. The Terminators are ridiculously good. I need to get out of here. How do you revive him? How do you revive? Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. What the fuck? You gain life back when you do executions. I was sure you gain life back when you did executions. Jesus. And this is easy, isn't it? This is easy level. We got any ammo here, boys? What's going on? Jesus. Lower the difficulty. I can't get any lower. That's how bad I am. Oh, that's an armor thing. I saw this last time. There we go. I need ammo. I'll take that. Cheers. It's such a good game, though. It's so well designed. Oh God, I'm getting fucking out. Jesus Christ. Oh man. This is bad, man. This is bad. Maybe Tactical Marine isn't the best one for this. Because these boys seem to be absorbing a lot more damage. Oh no, you get upgraded, don't you? You buy upgrades. That's what it is. It's because I haven't done any of the I've only really played Deathmatch on here. So I've got no upgrades. Go on eBay, Himmelites. I mean, people charge silly money, but you do find some deals on there. Expedition 33. I haven't played it, man. I haven't got time. Oh. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, man. What? Come on. The fucking dreadnoughts. Is there weak points I'm supposed to be shooting, or what am I supposed to be doing here? Jesus. Well, I just about survived. I don't think I'm very good at this game. No game sound. I don't think I'm looking forward to any game myself. I've just had so much disappointment, you know. I can't think. I mean, the only games I've enjoyed over the last couple of years is like this. That stand out over the last like 10 years is this: Battlefield 1, the World War one, Star Wars Battlefront 2, and I don't know, this, I guess, you know, like over the last 10 years, that's all I can think of. It's all I can think of. Hello, Mr. House Party. Thank you for your continued loyalty, sir. But we'll be back with new videos this weekend, hopefully. I've explained at the start of the stream, I've basically got my neighbours renovating their house next door, so it's cut down on recording time. And then, because everything was cut down, I was able to reflect on what I had done and realised it was pretty shit. So I've decided to redo everything. I've got about half an hour recorded at the minute, but I have got 2 scripts written in a much better way than I originally intended. So this delay, for your guys' point of view, it's like it's delay, but also the quality is the quality is way higher. The quality is way higher. I need some ammo. Has no one got any ammo? Yeah! Come on. Oh, fuck. Are we doing nits? What are we doing? Oh, there was ammo here. Oh. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. There's actual like combos and stuff I'm supposed to use, isn't there? I can't remember any of it. Who's this old man? I know. Okay, one-handed is not good. The horseback seems a bit superfluous to, you know. One-handed. Oh, ah. I thought you got life back, not just the not just the armor. Jesus, that was terrible.
Stay sharp and prepare your gear before combat continues.
We will strengthen ourselves before the next attack. Taking steps.
I got nothing. I got nothing.
Swapping magazine. Ammunition cache here.
Oh. Whoa! Ah, come on! Oh, God. It'd be cool if they could just bring back other enemies. I don't see what the problem is. Orcs and stuff. It'd be the same. It'd be the same style. Look at that creepy little thing. Disgusting. I hate bugs. We've had an ant problem the last couple of weeks. They're just swarming everywhere. Oh, come. Ah! Where is this guy? Jesus. Look at this guy, 2,000 points. He's owning it, he is. Putting me to shame.
No enemy shall make it past us, brothers.
Whoa! Oh, God. I'm just getting owned here. What the fuck is... How am I getting owned and no one else is? What am I doing wrong? How am I getting killed off so easily? And everybody, all these two are just running around, you know? Oh, Josh Bunton! That's an yeah, old school subscriber, Mr. Josh Bunton. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. Thank you for the follow. Nova. Yeah, Nova, the channel's going to carry on. I'm just in the process of rewriting and remaking a number of videos. I'll be starting off with the most popular videos and working my way back from there. Like I say, it's not just a case of me. I've got to future-proof the channel. So it's not just a case of me removing artwork and so on from videos. It's a case of making them, ensuring that everything is completely safe to use. So I'll be rewriting a lot of the lore videos and so on, and adding my own spin on things and so on. So everything's fine. And that's what I'm doing now. And after we've done this, we're going to do a bit of recording. On the first video, which I haven't been able to do. Okay, I'm getting into the swing of this now. I just played Space Marine vs. I've just got to remake everything basically, and the video I was doing, it's come at an unfortunate time, but my neighbours having their renovations done on their garden and so on, and this is the third week of it. So yeah, although it seems to be over now, I think they finish after today basically. Once they've done their drive, I'm hoping it's done and I can just concentrate on stuff. An old time dottering, but yeah, I did do my time on Dotter. I did do my time on Dotter. Yeah, I've always been. My games are usually like strategy games. You know, map games. What the? What am I doing? 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 I'm an old school gamer, man. You know. Not even Dotter, Dodd. I used to play Day of Defeat. That used to be my game, man. Day of Defeat. I'm bad. I'm bad. I'm very bad. This is why I never was invited to any clans, because I'm not very good. But I still like playing. Get the grenade launcher. Yeah, should I switch to like heavy? I feel like I might have a better time learning the flow of it. You see, I played a lot of Space Marine, but I've been playing. Thanks, man. Okay. It's just learning the flow of things, because I haven't played actually against like Tyranids and stuff. I've been playing the team deathmatch essentially. So I don't know how to fight all the enemies. I'm not too sure how to move against the computer like this. You know, like I've been playing other players, and it moves differently. Like the controls are different and everything. Look at it, disgusting. Oh yeah, there's all sorts of stuff. I mean, I was thinking the other day, like, how many people even know, like, who get the reference to Conrad Kurz and Nostromo? You know what I mean? Like, I bet they don't. And it for those of you who don't know, it's because There's a writer called Conrad who literally wrote a book called Nostromo, and he's the guy who wrote. And obviously, Kurz is another reference to. Oh God, what's the book? You know, the book that's Apocalypse Now is based on, which also has, you know, Colonel Kurtz in there. It's, you know, like little references to this. The guys, Rick Priestley and all these original guys who did all that. These are like clever guys, you know, like at least in terms of like what they're going to thieve. You know what I mean? What they're going to be inspired by. You know, but like I very much doubt most, because most people are like functionally illiterate. They've never read Nostromo. They've never read. What's it? Oh, my mind's gone blank. You know, when he goes up the river in the Congo into insanity, the Heart of Darkness. They've never read the Heart of Darkness, so they don't understand. So, like, you know, like that. I mean, that's Kurz's entire thing. He is Colonel Kurtz, you know. We'll send people to drop bombs on people, but we won't let them write fuck on the side of their aeroplane. You know what I mean? Like, it's that insanity. It's the realizing the insanity and hypocrisy of the world. You know. I gotta get out of here. But yeah, people don't know this stuff because most people just like are uncultured savages, which I was as well until fairly late on in life. Well, not really, but I went to a really crappy school, like really, like, you know, I'm working class as hell. I am, boys. You know what I mean? It's just when I used to wag school, it wasn't to, well, not necessarily to smoke weed. It was so I could sit at home and watch the world at war. That was my schooling. I watched the world at war, and I was like, Jesus, I don't know anything about the world. And then you ask people, and they don't know either. And then you go, okay, I'm gonna have to read some books, aren't I? It's the only way. But yeah, there's all these sort of references, particularly in the older lore. I mean, it is just, you know, it's like the Ram. It's like what's his face who wrote the Foundation series. You know what I mean? They're just, you know, you just have to take stuff. You know that, like the whole thing about how the Foundation series started. He was like, he literally went to a publisher and tried to like sell his book that he actually had an idea for. But they weren't interested in that, and they were like, "You got anything else?" So he just like started telling them the story, the history of, like, you know, the Roman Empire, but like made it sci-fi. And they were like, "That's brilliant, that's brilliant," and that's how the Foundation series was born. Okay, I'm getting more of the flow of this now. It's going to take a couple of games, I reckon, and then I'll get good. Was I working on a video before I deleted it? Yeah, man. What was I working on? I was going to do... I was starting to... oh, is he alive? Haha! He was coming for me. That's terrifying. Jesus. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here.
Search Recadians for the data slate. This information should prove valuable to the Imperium. Well done.
Oh! I need some ammo or something, man.
I will not yield to these wounds. Carrying more stims. Additional magazines. Fresh munitions. Dispensing stims.
You have eliminated those attackers. More are on the way.
I will keep you on track.
Don't know who that was. Yeah. The whole Lionel Johnson thing. I mean, like you got to understand when these guys were coming up with this stuff in the 80s and the 90s. I mean, go and listen to Rick Priestley speak. You know what I mean? This is a guy who's like he gets Gibbon. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I mean, you don't have to agree with these things, but these are fairly well educated. I mean, fairly. I mean, these are well educated guys. I mean, they're clever guys. You know, I'm not saying they're the smartest guys in the world, but they're pretty well educated, aren't they? Clearly. Oh, it's a dreadnought. Where's he come from? Whoa! I'm kind of bored of this now. I'm done with this now. I'm done. That's all I need. That's all I need. Yeah, Executioner is a great book, especially like Gordon Reaney is like a very clever, well-educated guy. You know what I mean? He's worked on a lot of stuff. You should look up the guy's career. He knows what he's doing. a lot of these guys, and it's a shame, you know. Like I'd say, like the reason why I like Josh Reynolds is because he's obviously got like a nice, he's well educated. You know what I mean? Like when on that Fabius Bile series, the references to sort of like Nietzsche and so on, and so like having fun with these topics that are, you know, some of these topics are quite heavy, and it's nice to integrate them within 40k and just have a fun with the ideas. But yeah, you know, it's all that sort of stuff. There's references to everything, and they're sort of foundational. But like I say, I think it's like guys like Rick Priestley, Andy Chambers. They're bringing like some really interesting, fun. They're taking some really interesting ideas, plonking it in the Warhammer setting, and having fun with it. You know, I mean, that's the Comrade Curse thing is the thing. It's like, yo, it's literally just Heart of Darkness. Yeah, like, you know, Curse and the Night Lords, they're Heart of Darkness. But a lot of people don't know that, and worse than that, a lot of people don't really understand that. You get me? Like they don't get it. They don't get it. They don't get it. So the popularisation of Warhammer has been one of the worst things that's ever happened, because this cool little part of the world that we've got here is just there's a lot of midwits and simpletons getting into it. You know, and it is stupid. Don't get me wrong. It's like I don't treat Warhammer like it's like this amazing thing. It can be very dumb sometimes, and that's fine. But it's very cool and unique in its own way, because it's got all this stuff integrated into it. But yeah, yeah. Anyway, let's. We're gonna do some recording. You can have the chair again, because I'm going to be stood in the corner in a minute. Can I give you so at least you can see something. You're going to get a crash course in, Is it not capturing that? Why isn't it capturing that? Why isn't it capturing that? Okay, looks like you won't. You're going to have to just have the empty chair. I was trying to show you the OBS, but it isn't actually showing this. I was going to show you the Audible, but the OBS won't pick it up. Yeah, it's very Asimov. It's very Asimov. I mean, like, I'm not the most intellectual fella around. And I never used to think I was. It's just as you get older, I mean, I'm approaching my 40s now. You realise, like, you wander around and you think well, I know this stuff, so everybody else must know this stuff, you know. Or I think like this, so everybody else must think like this, really. You know what I mean? They're just saying things, you know. And as you get older, you realise, no, they're not. They don't read. They don't know anything. You know, like no, they don't. You know, you might understand. I mean, it's the Aristotle thing, isn't it? That, you know, the truly wise know they know nothing, and this is it. You know, I mean, you're aware of your own self-awareness. I'm completely self-aware. I'm a grown man on the internet playing computer games with loads of toy soldiers behind me. You get me? Talking to random people on the internet. I'm completely self-aware. I'm completely self-aware. But, yeah, just, I don't know. The majority of humanity are fucking idiots. That's the truth of it. I think it's like, it's self-selecting now. Like, if you're into Warhammer, it usually puts you above because you enjoy whatever aspect you enjoy. It's a self-selecting thing. For the most part. It's just, as it's got a bit dumber, it's got dumbed down. That selection has widened. Whereas before it was just a den of like weirdos, which I would count myself as being one. But yeah, now there's just a lot of normal people into Warhammer, which is quite disturbing to me now, because they don't have the terms of reference. You know what I mean? They don't have the terms of reference. You know. They don't get it. 40k got me back into reading. Yeah, man, I can imagine. I mean, there's some like I say, there's a lot of slop in 40k, particularly recently. Like a lot of the stuff is just like, and just bad as well. Not even like just fun, pulpy, bolter porn sort of things. There's a lot of like really bad stuff, 40k stuff. Naming no authors, but you would know. You'll see that name and you'll be like, nah. But there is some like pure genius novels and so on, like just pure high quality science fiction books, and yeah, that's why 40k is great, because it's got this, all this stuff. Like I would say half of the heresy stuff is not particularly good or necessary. That entire series could have been like slashed down massively, and some of the books are utter terror, like just dire. The first couple are fine, but it like once you got to like book 10, it started going downhill in terms of quality. But Warriors of Ultramar, I haven't read it, man. Oh, I didn't like it. I did read it. I didn't like it. Yeah. All my reviews and stuff like that I'm going to be putting on the second channel, Aborder Prince Extra. I've already uploaded a couple of bits and bobs, but it's time consuming, you know what I mean? It's time consuming. I've only got so much time, so I have to... I've it's been a really crappy month for me in terms of having the time, because when I would like to do stuff, I wasn't able to do stuff. Although at the minute, it sounds like I could have been recording this entire time and not doing this stream. And I might, to be honest, I might finish this stream, have a bit of lunch, and then go and record, because you guys don't need to hear me mispronouncing stuff. I mean, maybe you don't. Do you want to listen to me doing some recording? Will that be fun for you? You want to hear some of the recording of the next video? Let me know in the chat. Yeah, can we do a poll? Oh, no, the metaphysics of the warp are literally like, and a lot of the sort of the background of the Emperor and things like this are what do you call it? Nostorism? I forgot what it is. I've never said that word out loud. I've only ever read it. Like it's drawn from like different sects of Christianity and stuff like that, and like there's a lot of Buddhism. I mean, if you think that the Emperor lives in the Himalayas, in a hidden city in the Himalayas, and he's leading an army forth. If you know anything about Buddhism and because Buddhism isn't happy clappy kumbaya, it isn't that. I mean, there's elements to that, but there's elements of that in every religion. It's like Sufism and all that sort of stuff. They've drawn on all these things, and like guys like Dan Abnett and stuff like that. These guys are, if you see Dan Abnett talk, and you've seen him in his office, it's like this. Yeah, he knows a thing or two about the esoteric, and like the stuff around when you're reading about like Terra and the Emperor and in the Himalayas and the Emperor's Palace and all this sort of stuff, and the custodians and like the runes on their armour, you know what I mean, the warding sigils and how the warp functions, the metaphysics of the warp. It's drawing on a lot of these things massively, but not in a serious way. This is it. It's just a bit of fun. It's just a bit of fun. Yeah. It's a heretical form of Christianity, but not to them. they don't think it's heretical, They think everything else is heretical, And you got to remember, like, shall I do my Jordan Peterson? Shall I? You've got to remember, I stood in front of the stop sign, but is it a stop sign to me? And you have to ask yourself, what is that about? Is it me that stops, or is it the angels that stop? And right, what I'm trying to say is, like the word heretic. The word heretic comes from the Greek for, this is one of my only facts, right? I'm not a scholar, right? But it makes me sound like a big head when I pull this out at the pub. The word heretic comes from heretikos, and in Greek, I don't know what it means that now, but it comes from ancient Greek, I think, whatever. But it means those who choose. So heresy is someone who is picking and choosing from the Bible, from the Holy Word. You see? So when you understand that, you understand what heresy means. It's someone who chooses. It's those who choose, which I like. Right? It's interesting when you understand the sort of etymology of words and so on. Yeah. But yeah, if you read that, and there's that gospel, isn't there? That isn't included. That got kicked out at Nicaea about like Jesus being a spaceman with a ship and stuff, and aliens and things like that. Like, I mean, well, it's a way of reading it anyway. It's all kind of drawn, like all of these little things. These guys were reading this stuff, you know, and pulling it all together into this thing. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, boys. I'm a filthy atheist. You get me? Like, or what did you say? I'm a Neoplatonist. I believe in the one, you know. But I'm not a Christian, although, you know, culturally probably. But anyway, that's all beside the point. Do you want me to do you want to hear me recording or not, or shall I finish the stream? Because I can do recording and maybe I'll do some more gaming and stuff in a bit. Do you want to hear some recording? Let me know in the chat. All 26 of you. Yeah, okay. Let me go and get a drink. Let me go and give me a second. Let me go and get a drink, and then I'll come back. Let me go and get a drink, maybe a piece of toast or something. I haven't eaten really today. Maybe I'll have some Weetabix. I don't know. Need some fibre. I need some meat, really. I need a steak or something. I'll see if my missus can make me some eggs. She might be back. It's so hot in here, though, boys. Jesus, I'm going to have to turn this fan on. Should I put some kind of... Yeah, can I go old school? Yeah. Where's my... I'm going to try and find the Shadow of the Horned Rat music. The Dark Omen music. Where's that? I've got folders. I'm so disorganised, boys. Is it in there? You're in for a treat here, you are, boys. You're in for a treat. Should we, can I play all of these? That's what I like. It's that discordant music. This is the music from Dark Omen. This is the music from Dark Omen. One of the greatest Warhammer games ever made. Oh, I won't listen to any of you. I won't listen to any of you. I'll do whatever I want. I'll tell you what you want. Understand? You'll have what you like. You'll have what I like, and you'll like it. Now, should we say? Where's that gone? You want to see what I'm probably... I know people hate the AI, right? But I haven't got the money or the time to commission artists, so and I don't want to use anything that's actually 40k orientated, you understand? Because I'm future-proofing the channel. So I'll show you. This is probably going to be the thumbnail. This is probably going to be the thumbnail. I'll turn it down a bit. This is probably going to be the thumbnail for the next video, which I think is fine, you know. In a perfect world, I'd hire an artist and do all this, but like, you know, I think that's fine. I made that. Well, I didn't make it. I made a computer make it for me. So. But yeah, you're going to get a lot of these kind of art, generic kind of science fiction-y type artwork. That's what I'm going to be using out of necessity. I know there's a lot of people. I've warned a lot of people, and I've had some very nice words from other creators. But I've warned everybody to like not do stuff like this. But everybody's still doing it, and they'll keep doing it until they get got. You know. I mean, editing the pictures and so on, editing your 40k art, you know, chopping out characters from bigger pieces and slopping them, you know, doing all these things, that all will work for a while, but eventually you'll get got. And I don't want to have this annoyance in the future, so I'm not going to do it. AI is fine. Yeah. No, I think it is fine. You know what I mean? I understand why people have an issue with it completely, but... on the other hand, I'm not going, like I said to you before, I'm not going to commission someone to draw me some mud. I'm not going to pay for that ever, even if I was of a mind to. I'm not going to do it, am I? So yeah, that's it. And I just don't think even fan art. I don't think is safe long term. So yeah. Hello, Killer Kriegsman. I'm saying, mate. Shadow of the Horned Rat music? Yes. Yes, the best music. Although it... Oh, God, I hate VLC players sometimes. I tell it to do... Mark Knight. Contributing artist Mark Knight. I'm going to get a coffee. I'll be back in a second. I'm going to get a coffee. And a snack. for me. I'm a catch. I am. I'm a catch. You know, I mean, you got to just come to terms with it. The things that are going to happen with AI that are already happening is insane. I mean, I've been deep in this area for a while now. I'm going to be making money with it very, very soon. Not least with some other stuff. It is inevitable. So, yeah, like basically, a lot of jobs are just going to disappear. You don't need people to do these things anymore, you know? The dead internet theory will probably be true. I think it already is, looking at things, but yeah, AI is it is inevitable, and there's going to be a lot of people with no jobs. Yeah. You use it all the time. Anyone who knows that, if you're involved in this, if you're involved in any kind of, if your job is fairly innovative and like not within the private sector and involves anything to do with software, you know, even if it's a fairly large company with like a fairly large web presence, you know, that requires, you know, it does business to B2B work or anything like that. It's AI is just the thing. I mean, you're already seeing it now with YouTube thing. There's a lot of Warhammer channels which are just AI slop, and that's the only advantage that I have and other content creators have. Is that you're real people, and that does shine through. The AI isn't that good. It's good enough, but it's not that good, and that's why you'll always have the edge over it in terms of the arts, right? But AI will always be able to do a pretty decent job because it's educated. It depends what model. It depends what LLM you're using, obviously, but depending on how it's being trained, it will do a reasonable job. And when you transfer that to other like industries and so on, good enough is good enough. If you don't have to hire 10 people and you can just have an agent just doing stuff, then that's all. Go away. That's all you need. Why would you hire the 10 people? Because they maybe would do potentially 5% more work, but you're still paying them when you can just get an LLM. And that's that's the thing that's going to attack all industries. It is inevitable, you know. There's going to be a lot of Ludditism, which I can grasp, I can understand. But I'm not worried about that. I'm going to be on the train. I'm going to be on the train. I'm getting on the train. I'm not going to be left behind. It's Mr. Amber King. Hello there, sir. Killer Kriegsman. Yeah. You're all right, man. You've got a very niche area. If you can live on that, stick with that. Develop a brand, develop an audience, and if anyone, Killer Kriegsman's got a Facebook page, and if you're after, even though I hate Facebook, if you're after commission painting, Killer Kriegsman is your man at reasonable prices. Do you want to paint your models, but you haven't got the time? Killer Kriegsman's here to help. There you go. You can cut that. You can have that on your as a free advert. But yeah, we'll do some recording in a moment. It's so stuffy in here. I've got to turn the fan on. I've got to clear some air out for like 10 minutes. I'm going to probably just record for like 10, 20 minutes. I'll see how sweaty I get. Once I'm sweating my arse off, then I'll stop. Because it's getting to midday now. And then I'll have to come on again. I'll have to come on there. But I was saying, Mr. Amber King, you're going to have to think about this. You're going to have to get the artwork sorted. If you can stay safe, then that's fine. But, you know, these agents will just track you down. They're not people. It's like the Matrix. You have to visualise the Matrix as it's meant to be visualised, right? That's the future we're living in. You're already in the Matrix. And these agents are just running around, and they've got different tasks. Covering Trench Crusade? Nah. I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about it. I've seen one or two things, but no. No, at the second, you see, it's almost a blessing in a certain way, because I know what people want already, so I'm basically just gonna have to remake all of my most successful videos, and that's gonna take me through till like next year, essentially. So yeah, you're all gonna get. I'm gonna be remaking new versions of all of my old videos, and they're all gonna be completely fine, and you're gonna enjoy them, aren't you? Aren't you? But that's where I am now. This is where the direction of the channel for the time being. New versions, redux of everything I did before. I know people like Trench Crusade. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's bad or anything. It's just I don't play it. I'm not into it. I don't really know anything about the lore of it. People, I know it's gone around. It's quite popular, but I play Lord of the Rings, man. I play Middle Earth. That's the only game I play. That's the only thing I've got interest in. And I know, 40k lore, and that's I'm going to be doing 40k lore until I've got my catalogue of stuff back up to where it is. And then hopefully I'll get a gig doing radio advertising, just doing good quality family entertainment. I want to get gigs doing, 17 Purchase Lane, Tire Right. You need tires, they've got them. I want to do stuff like that, Want to get good quality meat? I know I do. Stuff like that. Head to Richard's Butchers. They've been in business for 200 years. Stuff like that. I want to do radio advertising. I do. I want to be Toast of London. That's who. I want to be Toast of London. You should play it, man. Get the new rule book. The new rule set's pretty sick. The army construction's silly, but it's mostly fine now. Now all the rules have been released. It's mostly fine. But yeah, I think I might have to go into Fiverr. If I go on Fiverr, I'll let you know. Is it Fiverr? The thing where you can get like washed up celebrities to do shout outs for you. I want to be like that. I want to be a washed up celebrity. Hi Corey, it's your birthday this week. Hi Corey, it's your birthday this weekend, and your family wants to say big up, as you always like to say. I'd read everything out, and even if they're like misspelled stuff, I'd say it like it was actually, they misspelled the message. I'd read it straight. That's what I want to do, stuff like that. I love my Art of Terror. Yeah. Thank you, man. It's a labour of love, that was. That's Cameo. Cameo, that's the one. I want to go on Cameo. I'll let you know if I go on Cameo. Good morning, Damud. Yeah, I want to go on Cameo, man. I want to go on Cameo. I don't think I'd have any... I don't think I'll get enough work. I've got yeah, before we go on, I'll show you the other thing I'm doing as well. This is another thing. Let me get the stuff. Hang on. Some of the stuff. So, God's sake, I need an haircut. Some of you may remember that I started doing historical audiobooks before my son was born, but obviously he's sunk into my time, demanding attention. Can you feed me? Can you change my nappy? You know, can you provide me with robust moral education? You know, like that sort of thing. But I am going to be returning to that soon, and they're going to be on. I'll probably put like previews on here of like, you know, an hour or two of the audiobooks, and then the full audiobook is available for purchase. I don't know. Maybe I'll put the whole. I'll see how it goes. I mean, I already did one tester. That's on, and that you know, it got I don't know how many copies it sold. I think it sold about 100 copies, which I think is pretty decent for what it is. Of Sir Francis Drake. Sir Francis Drake's raid on the Spanish. Oh, anyway, I'll try and find it actually. But I did that as a tester just to go through the whole process to understand it with a fairly small book. It's only about 2 hours long, I think. And I was doing. Oh yeah, this. Now I'm fairly glad we've had things panned out. It's probably best I didn't. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's probably best I didn't go ahead with that project because it would have been done about the same time that all started. So that was probably a good thing. But I will be returning to it because it is an excellent historical tome. But I went on a massive book hunt like 2 years ago, before my kid was born. I've got this massive library of like ancient books that are amazing. I mean, this is Julian. This is from, I don't know, what year is this? What year is this? 1895. There we go. I'll be doing stuff like this. So basically, I'll transcribe the entire book using AI. Well, physically, it's not quite as simple as that because I haven't got the. If I had the money, I'd just buy one of these custom scanner things, but I have to do it kind of by hand to a degree. But anyway, once the book's done, then I can. Because if you want to have an audiobook on Audible, you have to be selling the physical book via Amazon, and there's a whole thing with them that like they say. Part of the contract is that you can't sell it, and you can either sell it exclusively via Amazon, the book and your audiobook. You can't have an audiobook on Audible without. I mean, maybe some bigger names can do stuff like that. They can work out other deals, but like for a small person like me, the contract is you sell directly. You receive 80% of the income from any sale. If you sell exclusively just through Amazon, the book just sells through Amazon, and then the audiobook and that, you get 80% of the value. But if you go the other route and you're going to sell it through different platforms, then I think you go down to like 40%. You only get 40% of the value. So it's a rob dog, really. But, you know, there's no other competitive... There's no other competition, really. I mean, you have to go through Amazon. That's it. That's what a monopoly is, boys. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to be like stuff like this is going to be coming up relatively soon. With all this that's happened, probably next year at this point, but we'll see what I can do. With the winter, when it's cooler in here, and I'm going to be able to do a lot more work once the summer's over. It's a real struggle at the minute. But I bought all this. Like this, right? So this is like a 20. This is like a 15 book series I found in an old book shop in. I've got 2 of these, and they seem to be from the same publisher, but I bought them at separate places. I found one collection which basically covers. I can't remember what it's titled, but it's like the first book has got like it's got literally a letter from Queen Elizabeth to the Ottoman Sultan, talking about how they're gonna, they want to trade in Istanbul. They want to trade there, and it's actually no. It's a letter from her to the Tsar, because they want English ships to go through the Baltic, then down the Dnieper. So she wants permission, and they're trying to work out a tariff. I mean, that's fascinating to me. And they go, to get to the Black Sea and then to get to Istanbul. That's fascinating to me. That's fascinating. And it's like the age of explorers, I think it is, or something like this. It's like it's stuff you've never heard of. It's stuff you've never read. This one is different. This is The History of Greece by George Grott, Volume 3. And I like the name. I like the fact his name's Grott. Look at that. I mean, that's beautiful. These are old books, right? But look at that. This is from 1860, I think. What year is this? I mean, this is... You realise what a dumbed down time you're living in, man. Makes me feel like a moron. Part 2. This is part 2, and he's only just going into the general geography and limits of Greece. So you can imagine what part 1 was. A book this big. I mean, you see the size of the text. You see the amount of the pages. You see what I mean? These are like in-depth, ridiculously in-depth things. I mean, just as a... Am I going to do the Fracture of Beltane? Yeah, no, dude. I mean, yeah. I'll be doing the Fracture of Beltane. I'll be doing the Return of the Primarch. The first video that's coming out this weekend is Fall Acadia. But yeah, they're pretty good, man. Some of the phraseology is a little bit risque in our current era, I will say. But that's fine. But yeah, the Hellenic people. I mean, this is like top quality stuff, and this is like, these are the first 5 books of 15 in this series, which I picked up for not much money either. It was about 50 quid, and I got that. Like I said, I've got this other English one as well, and I've got these, and I've got about 5-6 others of, like, for instance, like England. Anglo-Saxon England before the Norman conquests, and then there's a number of other ones, but I'm going to be doing all these sort of history audio books as well, and they're going to be, I don't know whether I'm going to put them on here for free or put them exclusively on Audible and just have like a preview here to try and rope you guys in, rope you guys in to paying the gold. Sending me some gold. I don't know. The Crusades. Yeah, there's some Crusade stuff. The problem is with the Crusade stuff is there's not many general histories that I've been able to find. I mean, there's Gibbon. Does Gibbon do stuff, or is it? I don't know. We'll have to see. These are the things I've got ready to go at the moment. And, I mean, this is research I did based on, like, 3 years ago now. So it might be a bit outdated, but at the time, there was a gap in the market for these things. So I'll have to look, but once I get round to them, I'm going to have to do a bit of research and stuff and check no one. Because there's a guy on Audible who's cranking it out. And I don't know if he's AI or not. I don't know if it's someone who's just because he mispronounces words all the time, and I'm one to talk, obviously, but these are Warhammer mispronunciations, right? Some of these words just aren't meant to be spoken, okay? Yunari, Ivren, like, what? Come on. But he mispronounces stuff like, like insane amounts of stuff. It's incredible. But the reasonable audiobooks, I've got his Plutarch one, and I got his Herodotus one, because I like to listen to them. Just to chill with, because it's good stuff, but the mispronunciations and stuff is ridiculous. But he does have a lot of like being someone who's done this kind of thing, he sounds real. But anyway, he's cranking out the stuff. He's got loads. He's got loads of audio books on there, stuff I would have done. So it looks like I missed my opportunity there, because at the time there was no one doing that. And now this guy's gone through all the classics and just pumping them out like to a good quality. But I'm hoping if I start doing stuff like that, the quality of my own personal qualities will ensure some level of success. Yeah, Runciman's the one you want to read. There's a guy called Tyre as well. He's got a good... If you're after sort of like modernish... Runciman's quite old, right? Runciman's 50s, 60s, but he's pretty... I mean, he's pretty much the best historian on the Crusades. There's Norwich as well. He's very good. But there's a guy called Tyre. I forgot what his name is. I think his name's Tyre. Second name's Tyre. He did a great book I read when I was like 15. I didn't know anything about the Crusades and I wanted to understand. Because I watched Kingdom of Heaven and I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. Because the storyline is a bit daft, and I know for a fact that they wouldn't be thinking like this. You know, like, they wouldn't think about things like this. Because I know enough about things anyway. So I read Tyre and God's War, and that was pretty sick, man. That's a good book. It's reasonably recent, so I'm guessing it's like a hefty tome. It's like a book that big. But Runciman's probably your best place to go to. I've never read. He did another book called The Italian Vespers, which is about. Oh God, what's his name? King Francis. I don't know. The guy who was running. The guy who was running Sicily at the time and stuff. But the Italian Vespers is supposed to be very good as well. I know my mind's just gone blank. Forget I said anything. But Runciman's a very well-known historian, and I recommend his Crusade series. Very good. You know, it's important to remember people's biases. Historians are just as guilty as that as anyone. But I think the older historians, basically anything pre-1960s, you're probably going to get a more accurate portrayal of events and personalities and why people did the things they did. I mean, if you want to understand humanity, just read Plutarch's Lives. That's everything you need to know. You know, there's a lot of alien stuff in there. Not aliens, but there's a lot of alien mentalities in there, especially for a modern person. But it's useful to understand these things and understand why people do the things they do and why they thought the way they thought. Because the fundamentals are the same no matter what era or culture. People are fundamentally the same, more or less. And yeah, Plutarch's Lives will be very informative for you. And also just in a general history sense, it will explain the Roman Empire to you. It will explain Hellenistic, the Hellenistic period. You know, it'll explain Alexander and Alexander's generals afterwards. You know, it'll explain all of this. If I was to tell anyone, if they wanted to understand history and they wanted something accessible, Plutarch's Lives and Gibbon as a starting point, and then you can branch out, and depending on your own sort of your own mentality on things, then you can branch out into other things. But you know, then you could go to Herodotus and Thucydides and Xenophon and stuff. It's all new to me. I'm here to get my hands on a stack of books. I'm here to watch Kingdom of... Yeah, I mean, Kingdom of Heaven, the storyline is terrible. But the look of everything, the aesthetics is amazing. Like the prop design is amazing. If you watched it on mute, you get a real flavour for the whole period. The problem is with it, as he does with everything, Ridley Scott's terrible, and he projects his own mentality on characters and stuff. You know that originally I watched the behind the scenes documentary. Originally they weren't going to make Kingdom of Heaven. Originally they were going to make a movie about the the birth of the Marine Corps during the Barbary Wars. You know, like that's how the Marine Corps in America was born, and the American Navy essentially. Jefferson sent them to basically crush the Tripoli and the Barbary pirates because they were, well, that's a whole other thing. But they were originally going to do that. They were going to do the siege of Tripoli and stuff like that. But they decided to do Kingdom of Heaven instead once they were in the sort of pre-production phase. But that would have been a great movie, I think. But again, it's just a problem. It's like that Robin Hood movie he made, and it's like they wouldn't think like that. I mean, like, you know, you can say what you want about Mel Gibson and the inaccuracies in like Braveheart and so on, but like I feel like Braveheart is closer to the mentality of a lot of people, the essence of it anyway. I mean, it's wrong on multiple levels. That isn't the history of those events. It was a lot more messy and nuanced than you can imagine in terms of the loyalties of the barons and the lords and so on. But in essence, it feels closer to the truth of that situation, of that era, than you compare it to like Gladiator. It's a great movie. Love the movie. Grew up watching it. Went to watch it when it first premiered. Snuck in there with my mate. Amazing, and it looks great. But once you actually know a thing or two about Roman history and how the Romans thought, you're like, yeah, this don't make sense. This isn't how things were. I didn't like Kingdom of Heaven. Well, that's fair enough. I wasn't keen on. It's the look of it. It's the look of Kingdom of Heaven. That's why it's good. But everything about the story and so on is stupid. Like, that's not what happened, and that wasn't why people were doing things. That wasn't the rationale. You know. But the look of everything is great. Very on point. But it's scorching here, man. It's absolutely scorching. I'm sweaty as hell. I've got this fan running just to try and cool things down a little bit, and then I'm going to do some recording so you can hear some recording. You can hear some recording in a moment. I'll boot up the iPad. Where did we finish?
And that is why. And that is why we must keep digging.
Mm-hmm.
The dancers must learn new steps.
This is Vale Walker. Okay, I know where we are. We're doing the Necron stuff in a minute. Look, don't take Kingdom of Heaven too seriously. The look of everything is great. It starts off reasonably strong, but once you get to Jerusalem, it's all wrong in terms of like the politics of things, the mentality of people. It's like not accurate representations of how they thought about things or what they were doing. You know, like it doesn't make sense. You know, for either side. Yeah, it's like just wrong on fundamental levels, but it looks great. But yeah, we'll do some recording in a second. I forced myself to do half an hour recording. Oh yeah, no, I can imagine why. But yeah, the design of everything is on point completely. That's what they look like. That's how things looked. So the cinematography, I should say, and the art direction, everything like this, perfect, on point, you know. But the story is utter drivel. It's utter drivel. 20 degrees. It's like that in Wales. I want to go to Wales for the weekend just to cool down a bit. But I know I'll regret that because I'll be like, oh, as soon as it starts going cold again, like end of August, September. Yeah, I'm going to the Isle of Man in August. See some mates. with the family, but that'll be cooler because it's a bit further north. And if you've never been to the Isle of Man, it's a very lovely place. I recommend. You get the ferry and everything. It's nice fun. You get your car on the ferry. But yeah. All right. Oh, let's get some recording done then. I've got to go and get my apple juice. This is an old recording trick. I've told people it before. If you want to get rid of some of the clicks when you're talking, this is the thing that shows up a lot, especially if you've got your mic up to the max like I have to pick up everything. Because you can sort it out afterwards. But one of the ways to stop having anything you need to sort out is to drink apple juice before you record, because it's an alkali. It breaks down the saliva in your mouth. It knocks it all out, so you get a lot more a clean, you know. Let me get my apple juice. Oh, so I'll show you these as well. Yes, you've got to, man. It's only for to preserve the your fragile sensibilities. I'm not walking around just in my pants, which I want to do. This is the book I was talking about. This is a good one as a general history and introduction, and then you move on to Runciman. But this is a very good introduction book. I read this when I was 15. I bought it from Otter's when that existed. But it's great, you know. It's got the maps. It's got all sorts of really interesting information in there, and it's a really good general book to explain. Like I say, Runciman goes into more detail, and he has his own views on certain things. But this is one of a good general one. I'm assuming it's still available. I'm guessing it's probably got an audio book. But yeah, Christopher Tyman's God's War. I recommend that for the Crusader stuff, and you'll get a kick out of that because a lot of that stuff has been fed into Warhammer 40k. Yeah, this guy's really good as well. Roger Crowley. He pumps out these books, but they're all really good. General histories. If you like, say if you're like me, you've got a general history understanding. You know, I've read a lot of books. I grasp the historical timeline. Okay, even though it's all fake, and there was a mud flood or something like this. Isn't that what people say now? That's the conspiracy now. Everything was buried under mud or something. But like in all seriousness, this guy, he takes, like for instance, this book's on the last siege of Constantinople, and so if you're like me, you've got a general history of everything, then you get a book on this which specialises on one thing, one aspect, and provides you more detail, and then you can go forward from there and read other more deeper reading if you feel like you want to. You know, he's got some good books on Venice and so on. These are areas that I didn't really have much knowledge of. But yeah, Roger Crowley, any of his books are definitely worth picking up. So yeah. But I'm a big history guy, yeah? I've always been a big history guy. Like I was saying to you, I used to wag school to read books at home because school was boring. But I used to go home to watch The World at War because that used to be on at 12 o'clock in midday on the History Channel. So I'd just like leave school. And go and watch that instead. And I think it did me all right. That's better. Can already feel it. Purges you, you know. If you ever play historical stuff, what would you pick up? I don't know whether I would, man. I looked at bolt action, but everybody says the rule set's not good now. So I don't know. Like, that was on a bit of a pump a couple of months ago, like last year. And now no one's talking about it anymore. So I don't know what's going on with that. But I don't think I'll bother with any. I've got Lord of the Rings, man. I've got Lord of the Rings. You know, the nice thing with Lord of the Rings is that it's essentially like a historical game, a historical skirmish game. But it's got a little bit of magic in it, and it's got a little bit of big monsters in it. And that stops it being just, you know, shield wall versus shield wall or spear block versus spear block, you know. It's a nice little mix, and it's a really good, well-balanced game. I really enjoy it. And, you know, it's the Lord of the Rings, the Tolkien. It's got the Tolkien skin on it, so that adds to it as well. But, yeah, Lord of the Rings is the best game GW do. Highly recommend it. You only need about, I mean, obviously it depends, but every game you play, it's very rare you'll have more than 30 models, depending on the army. There's a couple of armies which are very horde, very, very horde, and you'd have like 40, 50 models in your average game. But most games, 20 to 30 models, one or two heroes. It's perfect for me. Hour and a half games. That's as much energy as I can put into stuff. But yeah. Oh God. All right, I am going to start recording now. I'm going to do some recording in the sweltering heat. Close all the windows. Close all the windows. Sellotape. I had to send some stuff the other day in the post, and it's just sellotape everywhere because I'm messy. All right. You will get to watch the chair, and then you will get to hear me. Yeah, let's make some room. Let's get this mic into the correct place. There we go. Oh. Now, don't worry too much about the backing sound, because I'll be cutting all this out with various different tools for audio editing. So if you ever do any recording yourself, there is various means of editing it afterwards. One is noise gate, one is noise removal if you're using Audacity. But there's various other little things you can do. You know, if you want to remove little pops and things like this, you can do that manually, or you can download. This is for Audacity. I really need to use the service I'm paying for, the Adobe audio editor thing, whatever it's called. I really need to learn how to use that because I'm paying for the bloody thing as part of this package to get the video editing and Photoshop. But I've got that as well. It's just I don't use it. I've always used Audacity, and it's really difficult to start using a new program when you're used to doing stuff in a certain way. But you know, we'll get cracking now with some recording. Okay. I'm gonna pull this down a minute. And I've got to move my mouse over here so I can lean over because I'm an amateur. Let's have some more apple juice. All right, so we're still all early doors, right? I've got about half an hour recorded so far, and this video is going to be about 4 hours long. So let's crack on from here. On the Necron tomb world of Solemnis. No. Why did I say it was a tomb world? On Solemnis, Trazin, the Infinite, his metallic form gleaming with ancient malice, presided over a vast collection of relics, each a trophy of his endless schemes. Yet chaos erupted when the bell of St. Garstel, silent for millennia on its pedestal, began to chime, defying its stasis vault. Its first doleful note split the vaulted ceiling, flooding coolant that dissolved the last Oeliac sand sculptures. The second triggered a long cascade in Solemnis's master program, erroneously sending its warrior legions back to stasis sleep. By the third chime, the bell's reverberations shattered Necron alloys, costing Trazin 5 surrogate bodies in his futile attempts to silence it. After the 13th chime, as Caneptic custodians faltered, Trazin cast the bell into the webway, hoping it would plague the Eldar as it had him. There we go. There we go. Let's have a listen to that. I want to see how bad the clicks are, because it felt very clicky. You can understand the work I have to go through for you boys. And I don't know why everybody has to do this, I don't know. But I do. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. That's a complete waste of time. Why is that? What mic are you using? You see, this is why you should always check. Okay, so it should be using that. Testing, testing. Testing. Well, that's not good, is it? Oh, God, is it because I'm using the bloody... Okay, I can't do any recording live. I can't do any recording live. I think my mic is... it's because it's being used on this. Oh, I can't do any recording. I can't do any recording, boys. I apologise. Demon World, that's on the back burner if I ever do it for the foreseeable future. That's on the back burner. That's on the back burner. But I definitely recommend you go and pick it up if you can give it a read. It's one of Ben Counter's best books. One of the best 40k books and one of the best chaos books, Demon World. Yeah, I can't do any recording while this is because it's locked in on this essentially. So yeah. But yeah. I can't do any of that. Why is that happening? Huh. Huh. Interesting stuff. So I'm just reading a message I've just got here. yeah, I'm done for the day, boys. I'm going to have to turn this off so I can link the mic through to Audacity. So I'm going to go. Thank you for watching. I'll be back again soon. New video this weekend, hopefully. And yeah, thank you for your continued loyalty. I really appreciate it. I'll be back again soon.